So, what is spiritual warfare? Hey guys, it's John here in the studio creating more videos for you. I was on YouTube today and I just typed in spirituality just to see what would come up. And 20% of the videos that came up were talking about spiritual warfare. And I found the whole thing really interesting because the title, spiritual warfare, in my mind, is a contradiction. You know, when I had those experiences of crossing over, it was pure love. There was no anger, there was no fear, there was no judgment, there was no violence, there was no warfare. The concept of spiritual warfare is the belief in fearful entities out to get you. It's putting faith in fear. The Buddha said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. You know, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. The concept of spiritual warfare is showing you that the person who made the video is not really that spiritual. What they are is they're sowing the seeds of fear in talking about, even in your spirituality, you have to fight. No, you don't. My greatest spiritual experiences came by relaxing into them, not by fighting off evil entities. I don't believe in evil entities, so I never experience them. It's strictly your belief. You are receiving the outcome of your belief. Your reflection of the world around you is what you believe in the present moment. If you put faith in dark entities and evil beings and malevolent souls or demons or devils, you're going to have a rough time. You're going to, all the near-death people who have experienced hell when they've crossed over. It's because they believed in hell and they believed they did bad things and deserved to be there and they made them want to change their ways, right? They had a belief in hell. The 3 times I've been across, I experienced no hell. I experienced ease and love and joy. And one time I felt like I was in complete awe. Like, oh, what is this place? But there was never a fear, never an anxiety, never a stress, not a dark being around. Because I don't believe in them. The world is a product of our belief. Crossing over is crossing out of our beliefs. We have to process through the beliefs back to the oneness of God. And when you see someone talking about spiritual warfare, they're harming you. They're teaching you to believe that there are evil entities out to get you, which means they're teaching you to be fearful. The secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. When you come to that space of realizing that fear is man-made, fear does not exist in your present moment. It is based on past experience and a negative focus on an outcome in the future. And so the idea of spiritual warfare makes absolutely no sense because fear is simply the illusion of absence of love. But love is always present on the other side. It's who we are. It's our very nature. And when you look at this idea of spiritual warfare, I see it, and I see people who are, once again, manipulating fear to make money. And so realize that you're loved. You're always loved. There's never a point in any day that you're not loved. Right there at the bottom of the breast is the feeling of that love, where you just exhale right there. It feels good. That's what God feels like. God feels good. And if you put it in that perspective, God feels good. When I feel fearful, I don't feel good, so they can't be of God. If it's fearful, if it's angry, if it's mad, if it's frustrated, all of those things are products of fear. They are not of God. Exhale. Come back to the space. Realize that you're the co-creator of experience and say, I am joyfully receiving a life. Create it into your experience. Believe it into your experience. Because that's what was promised. When you pray, believe you shall receive, and you shall. It doesn't say, believe you shall receive, and you shall, unless some evil being gets you. It never says that anywhere, right? Take the loving parts. Live into the loving parts. Understand that there are parts in that Bible that are so empowering. Ye are gods. You can step into that power. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You can step into that power at any given moment. You can choose to live a loving life. You can choose to live in a loving world. You can choose to be surrounded by loving people. You can choose to be abundant. You can choose to be healthy. You can choose to do those things. And there's nobody out to get you. There's nobody out to get you. Even in the physical world, the people that don't like you, that's theirs, not yours. That's theirs, not yours. There's nobody in the spiritual world that's out to get you. There's no devil. There's no demons. There's love on the other side. Here in the physical is where we deal with our temptation and accusers. You know those two words I just said, temptation and accusers? You know what that's the definition of? Satan. Temptation and accuser. That's the definition of Satan. Demons is lesser evils, is what it says in the Bible, in the dictionary. A lesser evil. It's just our own temptations, our own struggles in life. Has nothing to do with dark forces out to get us. When you look at the world from the concept of, we are one with God and God is love, then we are love. If we're one with God and God is love, fear is just our mind playing tricks upon us. We ate from the tree of knowledge and we got kicked out of paradise. We got picked out of the feeling of God, that loving of God. And when you step back into that space and you realize there's nothing to fear and there's no warfare you have to fight, it's just exhale. And right there at the bottom of the breath is God. Right there with you every day, every moment. When things seem the hardest, exhale. When things seem to the place where you think evil things are out to get you, exhale. Somebody's in your face screaming at you, exhale. Don't feed their fear. The best way to win a spiritual war is to not engage in it. I am just love, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can try all you want, but it's going to be a try, and tries never succeed. Because I am one with God, and I am confident that I don't need to fight a war to be one with God. Your war is with yourself. If you're spreading spiritual warfare, your war is with yourself. Because you are trying to scare people to your way of thinking and put people in a space of negativity. I just love you all. And I want you to realize that those of you who are spreading the concept of spiritual warfare, I love you too. I feel bad for you because you're so fearful and so angry and so thinking you need to go into war for spirituality. All you need to do is exhale and feel the love of God. And then you'll experience everything. When you release all your fears, everything opens up to you and it gets explained to you. You start to understand more. But as long as you're thinking war and violence and fighting for your soul, you're getting further and further away from you on a path of degradation. Rather than building yourself up, you're degrading yourself with fears. And so my thought to you is, I love you. The world loves you. God loves you. All you have to do is exhale, recognize the love, and be the love. And the war ends for you. That's my thought on this. You guys have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.